Hello and welcome to NB Drives, and I'm at the Auto Expo 2025, and one of the big launches from today is this. That is the Maruti eVitara. Now, I apologize for all the people moving around, but there's a lot of interest around this EV as it is the first one from Maruti Suzuki, and that's always a big deal. You can see it's got really nice, chunky styling. Though I will note there's a bit of deviation from the concept that was showcased at the 23 Auto Expo, but you can see they have a chunky hood, flared fenders, squared off. You've got alloy wheels that have a fairly aero design. Lot of body cladding to make it feel like it is, an SUV. Though I do like how the character lines, they are well sculpted, but they're fairly soft. So you can see the rear haunches. I really like how these protrude out a fair bit. And the integrated spoiler on the roof does add a little bit of sportiness to it as well. Now, if we look around the rear, there are some really nice LED tail lights, and overall it's a relatively inoffensive design with, I think, many aspects that people will like, and I think we'll see many of these on the road. Alright, moving on to the interior of the eVitara, you'll see there's an all-new design to the dashboard, and it is quite a waterfall kind of design in here. Now you can see, being an EV, this affords a lot of freedom in the kind of spaces they can create. So there's a large storage space under the center console. Now the center console itself is finished in gloss black and is a floating unit which already has a fair few fingerprints. But that apart, you have your different gear selectors, your drive modes down here. I'll try to get a better angle of that. And you have a nice storage bin down here as well. So these are the rough layouts. Now to the main point in here, you can see there is an infotainment screen that's 10.25 inches, and this instrument cluster, digital instrument cluster, is 10 inches. Looks quite neat, and we'll have to get more hands-on time to get the exact usability of this updated infotainment system, but so far it looks good. Now talking about the seats, they have this leatherette and cloth mix. You can see the cloths in the center, and these front seats are power adjustable and have a ventilation function. All in all, quite a nice cabin. Plus the sunroof up here, single pane, but yeah, it's relatively large for a single pane. Okay, to get into the rear, you see these cool C-pillar mounted door handles. They're not the most convenient, but they are quite stylish. Out here, you see a fair amount of space in the rear seat, and you can see there's a nice flat floor. This will be quite convenient to seat three abreast, though it does look like you'll have a relatively knees up seating position. There is a AC. There's an AC vent back here, as well as a small sunroof up there, which you can have a look. This has a leatherette and cloth interior on this variant, and interestingly, no armrest in the middle. And I do think that they have sculpted some space out in the roof liner for the headrest, but I think it'll be a little tight for taller passengers. I'll try to get a seat net and let you know more about it. I am 6 feet tall, and the headroom on offer was fairly tight. There's less than an inch between my head and the roof liner, and even in terms of the knee room on offer, that was a fairly tight squeeze. Despite the front seat being all the way forward, I had a couple of inches, but also a very knees up seating position. You can see that the boot floor is relatively high in the eVitara. That's because of the battery pack placement. There is a nice handy place for your charger, as well as some supplies and your full-size spare below as well. But you'll struggle to get more than 3 big bags in here at any given airport run, so that's something worth keeping in mind. Though it does look like the middle seats do fold flat, and that'll make it a little more practical to move stuff around. Alright, let's quickly talk about the powertrain of the eVitara, and it comes with 2 battery pack options. There is a 49 kilowatt hour unit and a 61 kilowatt hour unit. Both are LFP batteries sourced from BYD, and you can see they're positioned under the floor. They very nicely laid this out for us. You get two electric motor layout options. There's a front electric motor that is available on the smaller battery pack version where it makes 143 horsepower, and with the larger battery pack it makes 173 horsepower. Now interestingly, Maruti is also going to be providing the eVitara with a all-wheel drive setup where there'll be an electric motor back here as well, and combine the two motors front and rear will end up creating 184 horsepower. Now, claimed range MIDC wise is 500 kilometers, and considering these are BYD sourced LFP cells, they should be able to get fairly close to that in real world usage as well. Hope you guys found this video enjoyable, and if you have any questions about the eVitara, do leave them in the comments below and I'll try to answer them as soon as I can, or even ask the Maruti people if they can answer some of the questions for me. Until next time, cheers.